Hello everyone and welcome to Cricket Kadaigai. This channel is about micro stories that you see in a game. But for today, we're doing an exception. We're going to be talking about the periphery of cricket, which is largely around travel, stay, and places to eat, especially if you're planning a trip around the World Cup to Chennai's MA Chidambaram Stadium. Chennai is South India's biggest metropolitan city, and it takes a lot of pride in watching its cricket. Let's get into the video, and if you haven't subscribed yet, it's a good time to do it now. Chennai is a coastal city and it's generally warm and humid. But the World Cup is to be happening around the time of the northeast monsoon. So please pack a raincoat and an umbrella. The raincoat can at least be carried in for the game, but not the umbrella. Pack a shoe that can also take some rain just in case the skies decide to open up and you have a leather shoe. It can get really messy. So pack a shoe that is fairly waterproof, and some of the areas near the Chepauk Stadium can potentially get waterlogged because it's an old part of the city and waterlogging sometimes happens. But another suggestion is if you're able to get a lanyard, you can basically keep your match tickets inside that lanyard, and this helps because the tickets are very flimsy. And these flimsy tickets, God forbid, if you have rain and the ticket gets messed up, you don't want that to happen because the material is not great. So that's something you should take care. And that ends our first section on what to pack. Please do remember that Chennai as a city is very comfortable on the public transport. And if you're coming from the airport, you have a direct metro line. So on that metro line, if you're directly coming to Chepauk, you have to get down at the government estate metro from the airport. Or if you want to go from the airport to the bus stand, it is also connected to the bus stand, which is called Coimbatore. But given Chennai, has a lot of names around political people, the preceding name to the actual railway station or bus stand can sometimes confuse you. So the bus stand is named after Purachi Talaivi bus stand, and it's basically Jayalalitha. And the railway station is named after MGR, which is the Purachi Talaivar MG Ramachandran Chennai Central. So the Thalaivi and Thalaivar is a lot of reading to do. And by the time you notice that one difference, you'll see everything looks similar, but that's not the case. But Chennai is a very comfortable city which is connected by these rail metros. I hope you have a comfortable time in Chennai. Our second section is where to stay. Now, Chennai is a fairly big city that extends itself from its north and southern ends, which almost connects Andhra Pradesh to Pondicherry. But that should not deter you from finding an accommodation that fits your budget. Chennai is well connected by the metro rail, the MRTS rail, and the EMU rail services. Of course, there are buses too that directly, in fact, go to the Chidambaram Stadium. But that said, it's always pays to come slightly earlier to the games. If the game is starting at 2 o'clock, it's good to be there by 12:30. And Chennai, as I said, has three different forms of public transport in just rail itself. So that way, you will have to see that these are the following stations that you need to note. One is called Chepauk. It is on the MRTS, or what is popularly called as the Parakkum rail, the flying train in Chennai. The other one is the good old EMU rail service, where you would need to potentially come somewhere near Egmore, or somewhere near Egmore is actually better because from Egmore you are able to basically go take the near Egmore. There's another station which is on the MRTS line called Siddhadripet, from where you could have otherwise taken the MRTS that goes directly to Chepauk. It's only one station after that. Or if you're somebody who loves the air conditioning, you should just take the metro. The place to get off in the metro is called Government Estate. But getting further, if you're arriving in Chennai by, let's say, rail, you would be getting off at mostly Chennai Central or Chennai Egmore. Now, these places have your cloakrooms, and you also have places for a quick wash, just in case you're coming only for the match with just enough time to land into the city and then immediately get out after the match. So that way you could depend on the cloakroom. Make sure you have a lock for the cloakroom. The washrooms are not so well maintained in Indian Railways, but you could try for a railway retiring room based on availability. Of course, you just need to have a valid return ticket. But these places, Egmore or Chennai Central, are near the stadium. Okay, they have hotels that have a unique 24-hour checkout instead of the usual I check in at 2 p.m. and check out at 11 a.m. The problem with that traditionally is that you sometimes end up paying, even if you're staying for less than 24 hours, you end up paying for 2 days. So if you're booking on online, any of these, booking.com or any of these sites, they have the usual check-in procedures where you check in at 2 p.m. And if you want to check in earlier, you have to pay a day's rent again. So my suggestion is uh, check on booking.com, call the guy and say you're here for X number of hours, and then accordingly book it offline. Do not book it online because otherwise you're going to end up paying more. And the stadium from these areas are connected by the metro. So you can take an Uber also to the M.A. Chidambaram Stadium, or do the metro to the government estate. And from the government estate, it's about 300 to 500 meters, depending on your stand. As soon as you get off at Chepauk, it is just opposite. So it's like 20 meters from the boundary line on the C, D, and E stands. The C, D, and E stands are side views. Essentially, when I say side, it's like a view at deep square leg or point. These lower stands, the lowest seats in the lower stands are generally tough to spot the ball because you will have that green color barbed wire coming in between your view. But as you go slightly higher, those seats are better. The higher you go, it's better. The upper seats give you a very, very clear view of the action from a height. But talking of stands, the F, G, H, and of course the K, the newly constructed KMK stand, these are where you will have your straight mid-on, mid-off kind of views. The press box is in fact right below the F and G stand. If you are looking to go to the C, D, and E stands or the KMK stand, the Chepauk MRTS station is the best option. But if you go a little further down Bells Road, which is where you get off for the Chepauk MRTS station, you will get to the other side from where you can go to some of the other stands, which are the MCC stands or the IJH stands. But to go to the other stands, you're better off getting off at the metro station, which is the government estate metro station. It's air conditioned, and in Chennai, you will need every bit of air conditioning unless you're used to humid weather conditions and heat. I grew up in Chennai, and a few years of Bangalore has completely changed me. I can't handle this heat and humidity. So what I do is usually have an electrol bottle with me and also have a water bottle. So that way I just need my liquids to keep adjusting with Chennai's hot weather conditions. We're on to our fourth section on what to eat. Well, if you're coming a day before the game, you can find the following places for food near the stadium area. And a couple of areas that I'm going to talk about. One is called Mylapore, which is about 5-6 kilometers from Chepauk. The other area is Triplicane, which surrounds the Chepauk Stadium area. Chepauk, otherwise, is a Hindi name. It comes from Che Bagh. There were a lot of gardens in the area, 6 gardens in the area, and that is how Che Bagh became Chepauk. And this Che Bagh is basically in the Thiruvallikeni or the Triplicane area of Chennai, famous for the Parthasarathi Koil, Parthasarathi temple, and of course, very nice olden day Madras kind of views that you get from both Triplicane and Mylapore. These are some of the recommendations that I have if you're near the stadium. Go to this place called Bombay Lassi. It's street food for sweet items and snack-like items, samosas. You have to walk from the government estate metro. Just opposite, enter into a place called Ellis Lane, which is the photography hub for Chennai's photography equipment and stuff like that. Ellis Lane is just flanking the Stalin Pleasant Park Hotel. I recommend the jalebi with malpua and the samosa made hot and fresh. There is a small slab to sit and eat. It's meant otherwise for standing and eating. If you're into more structured eating, this may not be for you. Okay. If you're looking at structured, standard, air-conditioned vegetarian fare near the MCC stand and maybe the E stand, you can walk your way from Bells Road to Sangeeta. Third, if you can head your way to Mylapore, which is again, if you're taking the Chepauk MRTS metro from Chepauk, you have to go to a station called Thirumailai or Mylapore. You have to get down there and go to the Kapalishwara temple complex. It's a beautiful temple. And the Kapalishwara Koil, around that area, you have a bunch of places that are there to eat. Some of the places that I have been to are around the temple street, which is Mami Mess, Karpagambal Mess. Then there is Bharati Cafe. And of course, you have the jannal kadai. There's a small jannal basically means window. And there's a small house which has a window through which they serve food. So the bonda in the evening is very famous there. It's called the jannal kadai bonda. But there are a few other recommendations that people who live in Chennai have, and let's hear what they have to say in terms of places that you can eat around Chennai.
Hi, I'm Lavanya. I'm a Chennaiite complete. So here are my recommendations for people who are traveling for the match in Chepauk on the 8th of October. Chepauk Stadium பக்கத்துலன்னு பார்த்தா நடக்கிற டிஸ்டன்ஸ்ல there is a for non-vegetarian especially there are two restaurants that I would like to recommend. One is the Mount Road Bilal, which is a fairly newer restaurant. I believe it's open till about 2:30 a.m. So Chepauk it's like hardly 5 minutes or less walk, depending on the speed at which people walk or want to go for food. The second biggest recommendation would be the Buhari Hotel for non-vegetarian, especially. Adume opposite Bilal. So Mount Road Bilal is open till 2:30 and is right opposite Buhari Hotel, which is also famous for non-vegetarian biryani, especially. For vegetarian, pure veg restaurant pata, there is a Matsya, which is about, I think, 2 kilometer to 2.5 kilometer away. Again, 20 minutes by walk, but if you're taking your bike or a public transport, you should reach there probably in auto line, maybe 5 minutes again you'll reach there. It's a pure veg restaurant and has been running for very many years. Minnala that's the only joint that was open till 2:30 a.m. along with Buhari, especially for vegetarian people. And I can definitely recommend this because I've been there almost after every IPL match, especially pre-pandemic. The food there is great for vegetarians. Even the non-vegetarian people don't mind converting to vegetarian food, especially to eat in Matsya. So these are my recommendations around the stadium for those who are looking for, food immediately after the match.
Hey Karthik, how you doing? Okay, so the places I would recommend, and my top favorite in Chennai is Avartana. It's a modern South Indian cuisine with a touch of global fusion. And for people who don't mind and have a bigger wallet, I highly recommend it. It's amongst Asia's top restaurants as well. So that's one. Another place I feel that people would love to visit, has a very nice vibe, garden space, and you don't find such places in cities, is Amethyst. That's a mix of all cuisines, but these are two. So Amethyst is more for the place, for the vibe. Avartana for the food, just rocks.
Yeah, hey guys, welcoming you all to Chennai. So one place that I would like to recommend you all is a place called Manjal. It's located in Poyas Garden, which is where like most of the celebrities are there, including superstar Rajinikanth. So what you can get there is like authentic Chettinad cuisine. So once you enter there, you'll see the smiling faces of the managers. And then the one advantage that you have is you will get to see the dishes before ordering them. It's not that's live menu that you can see. So I'd like to recommend you to try out various dishes like crab lollipop and then curry dosa, which will be really good for all of you from north to taste it out and feel how Chettinad would be. So I'd like to recommend you that.
Okay, hi. Good to see you all. And first of all, welcome to Chennai. I hope you are all having a good vibe of meeting India and Australia in Chennai. So my recommendation would be around near the stadium, which is a place called Roybeta. And in the Roybeta High Road, there is a very good authentic biryani center is there, named called Charminar. It is not that place like you go and sit and enjoy there. It is like you have to buy the biryani and stand and eat. It will be little crowdy, and you don't find a place to park your car, something like that. But take it from me, you will have a best biryani in Chennai, in Charminar place there.
Hello everyone. If you're coming for Chennai for the first time, along with the match, what you also have to do is there is one place called as Ratna Cafe. It is very close to the Chepauk Stadium. So go there and enjoy the sambar idli. Specifically ask for sambar idli. There are other items also, but don't miss this sambar idli. And if you are coming from Karnataka, you will enjoy the different version of sambar there. So unlike the sweet sambar in Karnataka, this will be a very different sambar. And if you are a dip idli fan in Karnataka, you will also enjoy this dip idli in Tamil Nadu. This is one place. The second place I would recommend is Rayar Mess. This is very close to the Triplicane temple. It's a very, very small place. So make sure you have enough time when you go there, because the wait is 30 minutes to 1 hour. But I will tell you that it will be worth the time you spend there. So 2 places to eat that you don't want to miss in Chennai. One is Ratna Cafe and the second one is Rayar Mess. Thank you.
Now that you've seen what other people have had to say on the places that you can eat in Chennai, a couple of things that you can observe, especially if you're walking around Chennai, is that particular area of Chepauk. It's famous for a lot of olden day watch repair shops and a lot of two-wheeler rentals as well as two-wheeler repair shops. And you will find that as you walk along the periphery of the M.A. Chidambaram Stadium. Not just that, I think that area is also famous for a lot of sports shops patronizing Sachin Tendulkar and MS Dhoni. It's called the Dhoni Sports Shop. And so if you're looking for, and the Sachin Sports Shop. So if you're looking for any jerseys, if you feel that the current jerseys are not affordable, especially if it's 5,000 or 4,000 rupees and you want a cheaper jersey, you will definitely have something in these sports shops outside the stadium. These are a few things that you can observe. And of course, you have the Marina Beach, which is maybe 400 meters right from the stadium. A drone shot will in fact show you how close the Marina Beach is from the stadium. You can go there, and as food items that you can have that you get on a beach, which is around groundnuts, it's called masala kadalai. And you can buy a masala kadalai packet where they put some tomatoes, where they put some groundnuts, put some onions, mash it up together, and you would have bhaji and bonda fresh on the beach. I hope you liked all of the content that I've created so far, and I hope it's been useful for you, especially if you're planning your trip to Chennai. And if you've still not subscribed to the channel, please stay subscribed to Cricket Kadaigai. Thank you.